What's up, everyone? My name is Ayub. Today you came here to see someone you care about graduate. I can see all the beautiful smiles, the proud faces, and even a few I'm trying to go home faces. But let me borrow like 5 minutes of your time to tell my story. Well, it's not only my story, but it's also my mom's story. And the crazy thing is, a lot of people have almost the same exact story as me. I am another African American kid raised by my mom in a single parent household. My mom was 15 when she got married in Somalia. After she had my sister, her first husband passed away. The country laws tried to force another marriage on her, so she had to flee the country. She even had to pay the family to get my sister back. My mom, a young, beautiful woman, came to America and met my father. My father was in his 40s while my mom was barely 20 when they got married. I was born a little more than a year later. When I turned 2, my dad walked out on my mom and me. He left her in a terrible dilemma. She was young, spoke no English, didn't know how to get a job, and had no idea how she was going to pay her bills. At this time, my mom and dad lived in a small apartment in SeaTac. In order to provide for us, she would go around cooking and cleaning for our neighbors, and that would help support my mom with bills and little things. At this time, it wasn't enough, It wasn't enough to buy us groceries. It wasn't enough to buy me new clothes. So everything I had at the time was handed down. Because of my mother's grit and hard work for my family, I knew I wanted to be able to pay her back for all that she's done. In the 3rd grade, I remember selling snacks my mom would pack in my backpack to other students. This taught me the value of money, how to hustle, and I loved being able to give back to my mom. In middle school, I remember being made fun of because I would wear the same pair of red Chucks every day. Though it was hard, I understood the hard work my mom put in to give me those one pair of shoes. Moving into high school, I was excited to have my first job. Half of my paycheck will go to my mom to support our household, while the other half will go to my kick game. I get new shoes every week. While I was in high school, I maintained a 3.3 GPA with plans to go straight to a university after graduation. These plans changed when my mom got laid off her job, and I had to focus on getting my household financially stable. I continued to work part-time my senior year to help my mom with what I could. It was at this time I had a friend who was a student at Year Up, and he told me to join. Through friends, I was hearing rumors of students with no degrees earning jobs at big tech companies, so it really piqued my attention, I applied to Europe with plans to work while I was in the program and get paid while I'm taking classes. Now tell me that doesn't sound nice. Sometimes it felt like the only time I wasn't making money is when I'm sleeping, but I gotta figure that out too. At the beginning of my journey with Europe, everyone was still getting to know each other. We played cheesy icebreakers they called interactives that brought us together as a community. After we got comfortable, Year Up staff gave us a chance to put ourselves out there. We spent the day talking about our daily struggles and why we joined Year Up. At the time, I was working full-time outside, so I felt like I was going through it more than others. But then I heard the stories from my peers. There were single parents raising a child on their own, students taking care of family outside of the country, students working long hours outside of class and still arriving at Year Up 8:15 every single morning, and I could relate to all of it. The stories of students taking on extra classes and working on top of that to build their future only inspired me to do more. Taking care of family is why we all do this. After I heard the stories of one of my peers, it really humbled me. We all want to be there for our loved ones and be the ones that they can come through when they are in need. We want to support our support systems. After 6 months, I earned my internship seat at Microsoft. At my internship, I learned to prioritize. It showed me what I'm capable of and how serious a strong work ethic really is. When I was assigned my second project during my internship, I made the mistake of procrastinating at first. I thought I could chill the weekend and get to all my work on Monday, but then I came in that Monday morning. I had tons of emails asking me what I had completed because the work was going to be used in a demo presented by a business manager. I learned the hard way that putting in less than your full effort will hurt your personal brand, your team, and your professional relationships. It was a hard reminder of what conversations with Year Up alumni had taught me. Getting converted into an employee after your internship isn't something you're just handed down and you get tossed. It's something that you have to work hard for and earn. There were Year Up interns and alumni around me that were showing up to internship at 7 a.m. every morning and didn't leave till 6 p.m. That's what I call grit. They would be the first to walk in and the last to leave. That's someone who will get converted. My Year Up journey has taught me many lessons: building trust, embracing diversity, embracing discomfort, and holding yourself accountable. Everyone around me has their own story, their own struggles, their own demons that they wake up with every morning and they have to fight. Year Up was more than a program for me. It gave me a community. I believe this is one of many milestones on my journey to success. Year Up has not only taught me to be a professional and how to network, but has given me the tools to push myself to go outside my comfort zone. I was taught an important life lesson. It's not about the losses you take, but how you learn from those losses and use those losses to push yourself to do more and bounce back from them. I want to be someone that my mom could depend on, and Year Up taught me to hold myself accountable. My mother never really had a childhood or a time where she had freedom to relax and find herself. She got married at a young age and had to deal with adversities beyond her control. She was put in painful situations that I can't begin to fathom today. That is why I want to bring paradise to her feet in hopes that she will finally recognize the fruits of her labor through my success. Every day I wake up thinking about what my mom went through, and it gives me the strength to do anything. I never had a strong male figure in my life, and I want to be that missing role model for my little brother, my nephews, and my little cousins. I am the first in my family to further my education, and I want to show them success. Being a first-generation college student and coming from a poor background are my motivations. I am persistent, determined, and eager to attend college, go out to the tech industry, and leave my mark. I know that a few years from now, when I'm building my own family, they will have a very different experience than what me and my mother had. And that's thanks to my fellow graduates, Year Up and Bellevue College staff, and those who, like all of you, support Year Up and everyone looking to close the opportunity divide. Thank you for making that possible.